So you have to wonder, right? Why on earth do we teach one of the most fundamental subjects using these, well, silly songs? It turns out there's a really powerful design hidden behind all the goofiness. These aren't just little tunes. They're basically a child's first math curriculum, completely in disguise.
And that's really the heart of it. These rhymes are so carefully put together to be the very first building blocks for a lifetime of understanding math. They create this positive, playful introduction to a subject that, let's be honest, can feel pretty intimidating down the road.
All right, so what's the very first block in that foundation? It's the absolute basics, Just learning what numbers are and what order they go in. Pretty much everything else in the world of math is built right on top of this.
Now, the absolute genius of a rhyme like this is that it doesn't just list numbers. Nope, it pairs them with an action. So 1, 2 gets connected in your brain to buckle my shoe. This link between the sound, the meaning, and an actual physical movement is what really cements that number sequence in a kid's mind. And the pattern just keeps building on itself. 1, 2, 3, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. Every one of these rhyming pairs reinforces the sequence, and it turns what could be a really boring list into a little story that's easy to remember. It's kind of like learning without even trying.
But just being able to count is really only step one. The real magic, the game changer, happens when a kid starts to understand not just the numbers themselves, but the relationships between them. And that is a huge leap forward in how we think.
This brings us to a super important idea: number bonds. Simply put, these are just pairs of numbers that are kind of like friends because they add up to another useful number, like 10. Mastering this early on is like getting a secret shortcut for all the addition and subtraction you're ever going to have to do.
And just notice how the rhyme teaches this idea without any complicated math jargon. It says 6 and 4 are friends. 7 and 3 join in. By personifying them, it makes this abstract idea feel really intuitive and, well, friendly. It creates a mental picture that kids can use for years and years. Okay, so how does this all build on itself? Well, after you learn the numbers and how they relate, the next logical step is learning what you can actually do with them. We're moving on from just counting to actually calculating.
The rhymes make these two big operations crystal clear. Addition is just a simple, positive thing you're putting together. Subtraction, on the other hand, is presented like a little magic trick. You take away one and see what's left. It shows you they're just two sides of the very same coin.
So counting is great, adding and subtracting are great, but how do we get faster? Well, you do it by finding patterns. And this is where rhymes introduce the really powerful idea of skip counting, which is just a fancy name for counting by 2s or 5s or 10s.
I mean, just listen to the rhythm of it. 2, 4, 6, 8, counting by 2s is really great. That beat, that cadence, drills the pattern into your head and makes it so easy to remember. And what's really cool is this isn't just about counting faster. It's a kid's very first introduction to multiplication, even if they don't have a name for it yet. And here it is, the direct link. The skip counting rhyme flows perfectly into multiplication. The system connects these ideas so smoothly, and you gotta love the language it uses. Yippee, a treat. It frames multiplication as something fun and exciting, not some boring chore.
But really, what's the point of all this abstract knowledge if you can't actually use it? The final, and maybe the most brilliant step in this whole secret curriculum, is to connect all these math ideas to the real, tangible world around us.
And you can see how this works all over the place. The rhymes give you simple rules for telling shapes apart. They make a clock way less mysterious by giving the hands different jobs. They connect the abstract idea of counting to the very real sound of money jingling. Suddenly, math isn't just numbers on a page, it's everywhere you look.
So, as we start to wrap this up, it's worth taking a second to think about why this whole method is so incredibly powerful. We've gone on this whole journey, from simple counting all the way to real-world problems, and the whole thing was powered by play.
This one simple line from a rhyme really just sums up the entire philosophy. The main goal here, the whole point of this playful system, is to create a positive, emotional connection to math right from the start. It's about making it feel approachable and fun for absolutely everyone.
And that is the ultimate takeaway. The fact that these rhymes are fun and playful